Yeah, we're live finally. A few technical problems getting over the line, setting all the software up, but hey, we are here and yeah, looking to do a bit of scalping this afternoon and see what we can come up with. So as always, just want to have a quick disclaimer in the fact that scalping is a very high risk trading strategy, and this stream is going to be mainly for educational purposes only. And scalping itself, looking for very small moves, fast profits. Need to make sure we've got a very strict exit strategy. So if the price does go against us very quickly, we make sure that one large loss does not wipe out all of the profits we make in the scalping. Typically, we're going to be looking at small time frames, 1 minute or 5 minute charts. Often within a scalping strategy, you're actually in and out on the same bar, which on 1 minute can be very quick and quite manic. And as always, want to trade something that's got a very small spread and not so much of a commission or margin implied with it. So if we're trying to scalp something like Bitcoin, especially on MetaTrader, that in itself has a $150, $200 spread. So we're not likely to get that much move in 1 or 2 minutes. So for me, I'm looking at pretty much the Dow Jones, so the US 30, potentially some gold, and maybe a few other forex pairs. So really, there's no hard and fast rule. It's the setup on scalping. It's what you feel at the time. So you can see here on the Dow Jones, effectively, we had the whole morning session was obviously following the rest of the market indices were going downwards, and as soon as the US opened, which was this big green buy, so we had a big buy push on the actual market on the open, so we're now coming down. So the main thing is for me, we're actually looking at scalping. I'm not actually going to do it around the open of any of the trading sessions because it's very, very volatile and very moving. So as you can see on this particular chart here, we've got, I'll have a quick look at a slightly higher time frame. So on the 15-minute chart, it is starting to slope down and get some support from resistance off the moving averages. Again, the 1 hour chart's showing kind of in a bit of a sell-off of today. So I'm going to look to try and sell some of these. And as you can see on this particular chart setup, we've got the RSI is pushed down well below the 30, and we're still in that zone of selling. So I'm going to do a very quick sell on this one. Price below moving averages, we're looking at getting into a sell order. So let's see what happens. So typically only looking to take a very small profit, probably only something in the region of 10-15 points. So on this particular one here, it's got I think it's a £10 per lot. So looking to try and get £150 out of this particular trade. Not quite going our way at the moment, but we'll just hold on for a minute or two. I'd be looking to get out of this trade if the price does break above this horizontal line here. That's kind of back above the moving averages, so I wouldn't want to be in that if it carries on much above that one. That also probably coincide with as the price starts breaking up to the 50 on the RSI. Scalping itself often classed as one of the most stressful ways of trading because, as you can see here, the profits go against very quickly and you're only looking to get a very small return on this one. But with all these things, we've got to be in it and we've got to try it out and see if there's actually a way of actually making some consistent profits without getting into any significant losses. So currently 12 points against. So especially with the Dow Jones, it does move a large number of points. We look at this range here, which it has moved in the past half an hour. It was pretty much a 160 point move. So we can see it does move very, very quickly. Now price is getting to a level where I'm getting a bit concerned that it could reverse on us, but I'm going to hold it here. Not trading with any particular stop losses. Is obviously one of the other risky things within scalping, is because you literally are watching it, you're waiting for that particular exit point or a point where the pain gets too much, you need to close out. Let's leave that one for now, see if there's anything kicking off on gold. So gold again started off quite high, around about 1850. It was a bit of a sell-off earlier, about $10 down, and then recovered in the past half an hour with the US Open session. Potentially this is looking like it could sell off again, but if we are sticking to our kind of almost trend following rules, that's going to be a buy. So the pullback is kicking in. Let's buy gold and see what happens. I'm going to put a take profit on gold. There's a very small particular $1.50 move just to see if it actually hits that one. Not quite getting there. You can see within the Dow Jones price has fallen off. Okay, have a look at British pound. Again, just having a look at the higher time frames to get an overall picture of what price has been doing. It has started to fall off and recover slightly for the rest of the morning, and now coming in a very much a sideways consolidation pattern. So again, this could be almost take a trade any direction, buy or sell. It's on the 1 minute chart. That to me is looking like the momentum is going away, so looking for a sell, but I probably want to see a slightly higher bar coming towards moving average before selling this one. So the question being, is this a funded account or a new $200,000 challenge? It is a $200,000 challenge, £140,000. It's one that I started a month ago but didn't quite complete. So this is just the demo account which I've got access to. I wouldn't be doing this on a full FTMO challenge account purely because of the risk, and obviously you're sitting there with a 5% drawdown on a particular day, so very easily you could hit that. I'm going to take that profit on the US 30. It may well go more in my direction, but it took was it almost 10 points movement on that one. So we see that the actual maximum drawdown it got into was about 15 points, and only took 10 points on that one. So not a strategy that is really there for making longer term trends or trades on it. And it may well follow off and fall back down, but if it does come back down anywhere close to the lows of the session, I will buy it and hopefully it will spike back up. You can see gold is making a bit of a run. Let's have a look at that chart. Very close to hitting my take profit, which was a $1.50 move. So one lot on this size of account is approximately £70 per volume of one. So that's why you can see we're at just about $1 movement into the price. So we're at £70 profit. have a look at the 5 minute on the cable. So 5 minute really is choppy sideways motion, isn't doing anything at all. So in this scenario, potentially could start buying this one and seeing what it does and come up. But I'm just going to wait. Again, sometimes the hardest things is not trying to overtrade, especially when scalping. Euro's falling off quite nicely. As always, if we'd stayed in that trade, we would have done a little bit better. But hindsight is a fantastic thing, so I'm not going to worry about it too much and stress myself out thinking that I could have got an extra 10 points. Okay, gold, that did hit take profit, which was quite nice. Let's see how much that one came in at. £114, so not a huge amount. And let's just see if there's any. Again, it's just broken through the highs of the session, so it may fall off. Is there anything on any higher time frames that might get in our way? Nothing at all to stop this from going higher. So I'm not going to sell this one, although there is a potential. Obviously, with the RSI not been overextended above the overbought zone, so I'm going to let that run for now and just see what it does. You can see the thing with scalping, it really is flicking across the chart very quickly and just seeing what is there. Let's try again of a sell. Prices coming up on this bar. Wait a little bit more. All right, let's go for it. What's the worst going to happen? It's only a demo account. Again, it's not an account that I'm actually actively doing any challenges on. Just put a take profit in there. Now we can move that around. 3. If I'd seen that RSI was really bouncing around and ranging between 30.70, 30.70, I would not have taken that scalp there. I would have waited for RSI to come up a lot higher. The only time it's come above that 70 level in this session was really around the open, which was a lot of volume coming in. Since then, it's back into a seller zone for me, so I'm quite confident about taking a short on that position right now. It really is amazing how the time does fly when you're scalping. It's almost 15 minutes in and taken 3 trades so far. Come on, just a few more pips. Is it going to carry on down? No. Get out. So someone's just saying that gold is going to go upwards. Definitely has done. So on a minute chart, we can see it's breaking into new highs of the day, pretty much new highs of the past couple of weeks. So let's have a quick look at the 4-hour chart. So see, gold's not been this high since February. when that was in a considerable downtrend. So yeah, gold definitely is in a nice uptrend now. And this could, if it breaks through that level, again just looking more of a longer term swing trading, breaking up to that high, we could start to see challenges on the previous highs at 1880. I'm not worried about that for now. What I'm worried about is, can I short it? So gold has now hit the 70 RSI, so we're getting into that sort of overbought. So although indicators do lag, and that's obviously what they are good at doing, lagging, there is no real forward-looking indicator apart from we've got some divergence, which we haven't really got here. I am going to take a very sneaky sell on that one, with the expectation it may pull back into 1856. Let's just put that take profit in there. I can see with Dow Jones very lucky to get out of that one. It has started to recover. Often we see with the start of the US session coming on board is that there's that flurry of activity and there can be a change of direction and sentiment in the afternoon. So it could well now be that the buyers now starting to take hold in the US, which obviously they're the most dominant market for volume. Just looking at a bigger picture, we had the sell-off last week and now starting to recover. Nothing I'm going to get too excited about a huge recovery. Let's try and sell it. A lot of the time I'm just putting these take profits in there just as an indication where I think I might want to get out. Not really looking fantastic on this Dow trade at the moment, so I might just cut my losses if it's come back into a small profit. We could kind of argue that we're getting a flag pattern forming here. We've had a big run up, slight consolidation and getting a bit smaller and tighter on the bars, and therefore a breakout may see a flag. Let's just take that profit. And let's reverse my thinking and go for a buy. So the buy was looking good. Now it's started to go against me. But that's just the thrills of working on a 1 minute candle. The price goes up and down so quickly. It's you can't really do too much technical analysis on it because just price is so random. So we did hit take profit on that one. I only went for a very small one. Just literally that point of where it's going to break through that flag channel. It hasn't broken it. So what was the 119 on that one? So about 300 up so far on this session. But we are 100 down, so yeah. Overall about £200 up, which isn't fantastic, but it's one of those things that's quite exciting. It's get in there quick, get in there and make some very quick, fast profits. So someone's asked, am I very good at scalping? I would say no. But at the same time, it's one of the things that when the conditions do allow it, it can be quite good, especially if things are range bound. So if you go back to looking at the British pound, when things are very much in this sort of range and they are just going up and down on a sideways motion, then scalping in this could be quite relatively straightforward to do. And in those cases, yes, I would say arguably could be quite good. But as I say, there's always a time when it can go against very quickly. Doesn't appear that pound is doing a lot. Again, if this was to push a bit higher, so if it pushed into the 141.10, then that would be a definite opportunity to sell that one short. So again, just switching back to gold, we've had that rejection of the high price coming back down. One of the things I often do with scalping is generally going in with quite a small position size, so only one lot of this size account isn't massive. If I was trading gold normally on here, I'd be at between 3 and 5 lots, so it does give me flexibility to average down. So I could sell again on this particular one, and therefore being at 2 lots, and therefore I only need the price to come down a fraction to be at break even. But as always with averaging down, price can go against you even more quickly. So at the moment I'm not going to do that one. It seems Dow Jones is just literally in this sideways consolidation now. It's just hitting the top, coming back down. At some point I think it's definitely going to break out through this range and make a move up to 3.4, 360, 370. Worthwhile looking at on a higher time frame. I was doing a normal trade. Not the best candle. So yeah, we can see we've had, after initial opening, a bit of a sell-off, and also the buyers have come back in, a bit of a consolidation on that previous candle, and obviously the buyers now coming in. So definitely if I was looking at more of a long-term trade, then buying this would be quite useful. Let's get one more little trade in just before we get to the end. 25 minutes gone through very quickly. And as always, you get to the end and place one too many trades and it goes against you, and you wipe out all the profits made in the previous 20 minutes. That's the thing with scalping, provided you've got a relatively robust risk management in place and you're not going crazy, then throughout the day, if you're doing this for a whole day for 8 hours, if physically that's possible, I'm not sure it is for me. I'd probably want to get out and get some fresh air and move around a little bit. But if you're able to do that for the long period of time, if you do get these small spikes again, so we're now £300 down, so almost back at break even of this half an hour, then throughout the rest of the day, we could see price sort of coming back in the right direction and making a good bit of profit. Okay, let's get this US 30 back into a profit, then we can close it out. Very quickly, I am going to average down on gold just for the sheer fun of it. See if we can blow the account or make $1 million. So do I have a main setup I'm looking at for trading of these scalping things? Not particularly. It's more just an intuitive one, looking at where price is moving. It's if there's a movement on a particular candle, just try and get in and close it out as soon as possible. If we are seeing a big spike or price moving, then just go for it. Let's take that small bit of profit on gold. So it appears to be the one that's really now hurting the most is Dow Jones. The flag pattern that was setting up just didn't work out. It's now gone completely against me. We're definitely at now. Oh. Smart money concepts. Yes, I've seen a lot of those in the past. Right then, my time is up for my 30 minutes. You can see I started off at 140,000 just before this session started up, and I'm still at that same level. So we can see that although there were some profits there, I managed to wipe them all out by one bad trade. And that's where I go back to my original statement here. Strict exit strategies and risk management is key if you are scalping, just because things can move very quickly and wipe out all the profits very quickly. It was a little bit of fun. Like I say, it's just showing what can be done, getting out the markets as quick as we can, just to try and get some profits. But it didn't quite work out on this particular account, but as I say, it purely is just a dormant demo account, and I'm just playing with some new ideas and seeing what's happening. So I'm going to leave it there. Half an hour's up. Thanks everyone for joining on today's stream. I'm going to monitor this for a little bit and see what happens. and I will check in with you guys soon. Cheers.